Chapter 142. City Reformation. But the whole High Council implored the two to keep on talking, because they realized the profound truth of their statement, wanted to know more, and finally, also the means as to how this evil could be remedied. And the two started again, to speak the same word. Thus listen to us, you, the High Council. With our lives, we warrant the fullest truth of what we are now going to tell you. And if this is not accepted, we can give you no guarantee that within a fortnight you will count more than 1 million corpses in this city, plus a popular uprising against us, as the world has not seen before. People will kill each other, but us first, and will then saturate themselves with our blood and flesh. However, in order to avoid and prevent these most terrible events arriving with the greatest certainty, only the following course of actions are left open to us, but only for a very short time. The first action is that we, as soon as possible, dismantle the terribly costly women beautification institutions entirely, by immediately sending out messengers in all directions to inform the whole world that these women can now be obtained for free with an added grant from the accumulated treasures and food stocks of these institutions. But the professors and beauticians must emigrate, and each one with at least 3 women. These, including some treasures and food, should be their reward. The earth is large, and the mountains are almost depopulated. They will definitely be able to find shelter. But then, these large buildings must be torn down, and the largest pieces of land they formerly occupied turned into fertile gardens, and within 1 year, 10,000 hard-working people will be able to produce their own food from it. Furthermore, there exist in this city a hardly countable number of real idlers who call themselves nobles, but have nothing but their deceitful mouth, of which they could live. Out with them! Give everyone another wife with some gold, and our city will count a few 100,000 people less, who are good for nothing anyway. If they ask where to move, we immediately show them the way to the mountains. They will surely find their shelter there. In a similar manner, we should also reduce our bodyguards from 1,000 to 100, and give the dismissed a 6 months' supply, and we again have freed our city from a lot of unnecessary, non-producing consumers, and through this relief, it will be much easier for the actual citizens to feed themselves in a more natural way. But the hard-working middle class will be instructed to firstly turn all their open spaces of the city into fertile gardens. Secondly, the streets, which are wide, must be planted with fruit trees. Thirdly, also the flat rooftops of the houses must be converted to gardens. Fourth, likewise the great city wall, which alone can bear all kinds of vegetables and fruit for 100,000 people. Fifthly, the outer swing area of the city must be transformed into arable land. Sixth, every unnecessary building should be demolished and also transformed into a garden. And through these changes, we will have put ourselves within a year in such a favourable state, which certainly can be called enviable. If this advice has been carried out, only then do we want to proceed to another. This advice was received with great applause, and the very same day they started to execute the plan, and after a fortnight, the city Hanoch appeared so empty that it seemed to an observer as if he was walking in a forest of houses. But despite this, there nevertheless were still living more than 2 million hard-working citizens in it, who turned everything into fertile gardens.